it's going to be recorded because this recording will go also on our Impact YouTube channel. So we are inviting you to subscribe to Virtual Exchange Center YouTube, where I put all the trainings, all the free trainings all go on YouTube. The paid trainings, of course, go under the special password. So people who attend webinars and trainings that are, part of their professional development, then they have a special access, but these events are free for everyone. So these are recorded and they are open for public to follow. We are happy that you're here today again. I assume that all of you guys here are Moodle users, right? So I specifically invited higher education teachers or teachers, whoever is in education, using Moodle, because we started a very interesting topic last week of how to create questions with AI that are already suitable for direct import into Moodle quizzes. And we went over some basics in terms of having your question bank really organized with categories and folders for each course, for each quiz, for each activity. Sometimes we have like a topic in the course, and maybe you can also organize subfolders for the same topic. So the organization issue is key, because the process, the strategy that I'm going to demonstrate is, first of all, we will create questions, then we will import questions into Moodle, and then we will use those questions in our quizzes, right? So it's like some of us probably were doing it the other way around. We created a quiz on Moodle, and then we created questions from inside Moodle. Okay, so for those who missed previous session last week, you will be invited to watch the recording for the basics, because I'm jumping right into the advanced stuff. So I want to demonstrate something that happened right after we finished last week. So right after we finished the session, like AI created some questions, some reading comprehension questions on the article. I pasted them into my Moodle, and I said, okay, I want to preview the quiz, and I clicked on the question, and let me show you what happened, which impressed me so much. And I want to demonstrate this and then show you what happened, and then how we can now control this process. So I'm going to share my screen with one of my courses. So this is Moodle. It doesn't matter. Different Moodles have a little bit different interface. So probably yours looks a little bit different. So if I go into course, this is just a front page with tabs with different topics. So where we need to be here, I'm going to question bank. It can be located anywhere else on your interface. I'm just going straight into the question bank. And I have some questions here, which I want to show you. So let's say, I think the questions that I'm going into category, I think the last one that was created by, so this is job interview article, perhaps. Yeah, this is something I wanted to show you. Okay, so I'm just going to one of the categories. So this was created by AI completely, this multiple choice questions. We discussed the thing that AI can create any type of questions, starting from multiple choice, short answers, true and false questions, but also matching questions. So I will show you also today how matching questions work, because we didn't get to that last time. So I felt like we discussed a lot, and people were impressed, and they found it useful, but we didn't cover everything I wanted to demonstrate, including matching questions, including this feature I'm showing you now. So what happened last time when I created the question with AI? I imported the question, and then I said, I'm going to preview. So there is a question that I need to answer. Let's take any question. I'm not even reading. I don't know if it's right or wrong. And I'm going to click submit and finish. So this is what happens to this when student does that. Look what happens. Not only it tells the students that it's wrong, it also gives the student a comment. And oh my God, this was an eye-opener for me. I said, Okay, I'm using a lot of quizzes for myself, like as an English teacher, and probably you also love this. I mean, sometimes I call these exercises, and you can practice as much as you want, but of course we all had this limited capacity of how many questions can we generate as humans, right? For our courses on the same topic or even new topics. Like, so there is a limit to the amount of questions we can generate. Now, there is no limit anymore. We have AI that can assist us with the amount of questions generated. So one idea I presented last week was that basically my vision is that we can now create categories and folders of questions, pool of questions. So instead of having 10 questions, for example, in a quiz, we can create a folder with 30 or 40 or 50 questions, as many as we want. We can have 100 questions, right? All generated by AI, easily generated and imported, of course. And then every time the student attempts the quiz, they get a different set, they get a different variation, so they can practice every time. But not only that, now in addition to the amount of questions we can enrich, especially when we learn vocabulary, but in any subject, I think the more questions, the more variety there is, the better. We can add this personalized feature where each and every answer the student provides will get a feedback comment, right? I mean, you probably heard about the feature, maybe you used it, and maybe you entered the feedback manually. I don't know if you're that super human teacher that has that time to, I mean, maybe you have just one quiz a semester, then of course you can make it perfect and provide the reference for the answer, for the incorrect answer, for the correct answer for each and every distractor, right? We call it like option in the multiple choice. I didn't have that luxury. I often skipped the feedback line in the question generator on Moodle. But now, not only I don't have to deal with that generator anymore because AI creates questions for me, I can enrich both my existing quizzes and the new quizzes with these comments, right? So let me again show you again what I'm showing you, because I see more people join. We already have almost 50, which is great. You see a broken link, last minute invitation, just 24 hours before the event, and I have a lot of you join. So thank you very much. Again, showing you again, just a question from the bank that will be part of my quiz. So whatever answer the student chooses, they can get a response explaining whether it's right or wrong. Okay, now tell me what you think before we proceed. I'll show you the script and everything, what to do. Are you familiar with this feature? Have you been using it? What do you think? First of all, I was really, really impressed myself. And you know what? I want your feedback in terms of kind of in the chat, if you can write whether you have been using these comments on each particular answer, because I think this is the highlight of personalized learning, where students can attempt and get feedback right away. So let's check on a scale from 0 to 10, how often have you provided your students with those comments in your quizzes?
Never. I knew it because of the time it takes to think about it. But now, but I wanted to ask, did you? It was a different prompt than you used last time in order to.
No, it was the exact prompt that I used. It's just ChatGPT thought outside the box and provided even feedback. I didn't ask for that.
You didn't ask for that, and you.
I didn't ask for that.
Okay.
It just happened. Serendipity. I don't know if anyone knows the word.
No, because I was trying your prompt and I didn't get that.
Okay.
So
yeah. So that happened like a lucky coincidence. And since then, I added the specific request for this feature, and I added the example of this format in my prompt. So I'm sharing new prompt with you today. That's the reason I wanted you actually to come and talk about Moodle quizzes again, because the prompts are going to be updated with the request for the comments. And yeah, manually, it's probably very, very hard. And, you know, sometimes we have, I don't know, typos, and sometimes AI is not that great, but sometimes it actually provides beautiful comments and really meaningful. So I'm gonna also now demonstrate something different. So we worked with an article last time. So we took a PDF file and opened it with Bing, right, with the Microsoft Edge, and worked with Copilot asking for reading comprehension questions. This time, I'm going to show you how you can create questions on a video, right? We briefly discussed, like I threw a sentence at the end that, okay, you can also do it with YouTube. Just ask, create some questions, put it in this syntax and put it on your Moodle. Now it's time for me to demonstrate, right? So that's another reason we are doing it. And again, in terms of timing, I promised you last time it's going to be 45 minutes. I have to really try and stick to this timing today. So let's try to be productive. So I'm showing you how to create questions on a YouTube video, how to make them ready for your Moodle right away in just a click of a button with the comments and ready to go for a quiz. Okay, are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take one of my links from one of the scenarios, one of the courses that we have to generate some listening comprehension questions. So let's see. The article we discussed last week was about a job interview. So I also have like a YouTube video about the same topic, which I just tested and it worked beautifully. So now I'm pretty confident. I hope it's going to work. One more thing. Last time I worked with ChatGPT 4, the paid version, because I really wanted to avoid mistakes and mishaps and all that, because it really works well and provides quality output all the way. Some ChatGPT 3.5, on the other hand, is not always accurate, but it works too. And let's actually try the free ChatGPT today for me to demonstrate that it is also doable. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go to Magic School. And this is a platform which I presented already a couple of months ago, I guess, right? We started this AI playground, I think in November. So it's been already a few sessions since I showed that. So the reason I'm going to go to Magic School is that this platform, if you're not familiar, it offers you a lot of like education-oriented tools. First of all, it's free. When I logged in, it told me that my trial period of the pro version is over. So like there are some feature limitations right now, but that is fine. I'm not gonna pay for the pro version. I'm gonna be using the free one. And this is what I need. For this session, I'm going to use YouTube video questions, okay? We will generate some questions aligned to YouTube video. And the video that I'm going to use, so in order to do that, I'm going to YouTube, okay? And I have a YouTube tutorial, how to make a resume in under 5 minutes in 2024. So this is a video that I want my students to watch. And then I want them to answer some questions on Moodle. And I want them to also get the comments if their answers are incorrect. Ideally, I want the comments to include the place in the video where they need to go back and rewatch, okay? And, you know, I have all kinds of ideas, but let's see if this is possible, okay? So I have this video on YouTube. I'm just copying the address to the link to the video and pasting it here. That's all you need, copy paste. Okay, so in terms of question types, I can go to true or false, free response, but I really want to have a multiple choice quiz on Moodle with automatic grading, okay? Because if it's free response, then I need to grade those essays or sentences or whatever they insert. I want 10 questions for now, but I can also regenerate every time 10 new questions. And you remember, this is like, okay, they added now university first year, second year, third year. If I say that my students are first year university students, the language is probably going to be really, really advanced, because they will assume that my students are native English speakers, right? This platform is for native speakers of English. Since we're in a foreign context in Europe or in Israel, Our students are not native speakers, so I would not go for a year for university level English, and I would go for an English of somewhere in mid-school English, I don't know, 7th, 8th grade. Sometimes I teach pre-intermediate level students or even beginners, and then I would need to go even lower in terms of the language complexity, okay? So this is not really the reflection of their age, it's rather the reflection of their level of English, okay? Take it that way. So let me choose, I don't know, randomly 7th grade, and 10 multiple choice questions, generate. So what Magic School does, it generates, let's see how many. Last time I asked for 10, it actually gave me 11 questions. And I see that it produced 8 multiple choice and 2 true and false, which is absolutely fine as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I have these questions ready. In order to import them into Moodle, right? So our goal is to ultimately have everything on Moodle automatically graded. If there is anything in the chat, can you also please unmute and tell me? I will respond to that. Oh, okay. Anna said, talking about TWE. Yeah, I was going to present actually TWE this week, but since the Moodle is more urgent to show you the comments and everything, we will do TWE in another session. Okay, so I have the questions now. I'll just copy them here. Do you see I have the copy button? So I'm going to copy the questions and go to ChatGPT. I'm going to open a new conversation. So it's fine, brand new. I'm going to switch to ChatGPT free version 3.5, which might give me headache and glitches and whatnot, but let's give it a chance. So what I'm doing now, I'm just pasting what I got in Magic School, okay? And I will now paste the prompt that I prepared. Let's just find it, where my prompt is. So we have AI Playground notes with the prompt. And I think this is the prompt. So I want to ask ChatGPT to make the questions into a GIF format for easy import into Moodle. I don't need questions to be numbered, and I'm providing the example of syntax. So in addition to what we did last week, here's what was added spontaneously by ChatGPT last time. It wasn't Bing, actually. Bing did that. Because Bing has access to ChatGPT 4, so maybe it had like some genius moment with itself. So for each of the options, so the random options are marked with tilde, right? And the correct option will have an equal sign next to it. And then it also says a comment, no, that's not a good way, blah, blah, blah. And then correct, that is the best way. You know, sometimes we want more meaningful comments, but this is what we need in terms of the syntax. So let's test ChatGPT 3.5, and hopefully it will know what I need. 1 second. So this is the prompt that the questions with the answer key that I copied from Magic School, and now I'm just pasting this. Make it into a GIF format for easy import. Okay. Hamsa. Let's hope it works. Every time I do these trainings, you never know. There are mistakes. Okay, let's see that it works. Doesn't look that it knows what I want. You see now it doesn't want to work. So let's try again, because it didn't give me what I asked for, even though it did like 5 minutes before we connected. I did exactly the same steps. I used ChatGPT 3.5. I inserted this prompt and I said, I need this. Let's try again, make it into GIF format. Now it looks correct. Now it got me. So sometimes you need several attempts. It looks fine. I want to draw your attention to the fact that since the questions are not numbered, right? So you know how that there is a beginning of a new question just by this space, and this space is crucial. So if you don't have space between questions, Moodle will not read it as separate questions. It will just read it as one giant question, and then there will be just a mess. So make sure that you have space between your questions. Now, in order to insert this into Moodle, you have this copy, you see, right under the response. So I'm going to copy this and I do need to open a notepad. Okay, remember that in ChatGPT 4, I could just ask for a file that I can import. So that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. I told ChatGPT 4 that I needed that in Moodle format as a file, and it created a file. I just downloaded the file and put the file directly into Moodle. So that was like the fastest way possible. With ChatGPT 3.5, I'm not sure it will create a file for us yet, but this is not a problem. We are just going to open a notepad. And we will paste this GPT output here and save it. Okay, save it somewhere that you know where you're saving it. So I'm going to save it on my desktop. What steps are involved in writing? Okay, so I'll say this is CV video questions. I'll give it another name, CV video questions. Save. Okay, now the format, the syntax looks correct to me. I see that there are no question numbers, which is fine. I don't need it to be numbered, and they will be randomly, like sometimes scrambled and randomized. That's fine. And I also see that there will be a comment, correct, incorrect, next to each answer. Isn't it amazing? I don't think that even Magic School provided the comment, right? It just gave me the questions, but I then demonstrated the script with the comment, and the answer key was there. So ChatGPT did all the job, all the hard work. Okay, now we have this in our desktop. The next step, I'm going to show you what it looks like on Moodle. So we're going to Moodle. We're going to Moodle. Where is my Moodle?
Isn't it important for us to keep the right order according to how it appears on the video?
It depends on your needs, right? So in my case, I have a pretty short, quick clip, and I need a general comprehension of the whole thing. So I don't mind if what he says appears at the end or at the beginning.
I see.
If you think about vocabulary quizzes, also I would go for massive amount of different questions for recycling and having a lot of reading comprehension questions, not reading, just vocabulary questions, and the order is not important. Of course, if you talk about articles, you would probably want, and that's what I do now, I ask ChatGPT to insert the reference to specific section or paragraph inside the question. So that's how I handle the order for the longer articles. Okay, so now let's import this into Moodle. I just need to find the Moodle. And the Moodle is, where is my Moodle? The Moodle for probably here. Okay, here's my Moodle. Okay, so in order to insert, again, a reminder, you never just import in your question bank. You will never find the questions if you just throw them in. You have to be really, really organized, okay? And Vida taught me a few tricks last week during AI Playground, so I'm now a pro here, creating categories like a pro. So again, in order to, this is now, I've seen it in several Moodles, like there is this menu between questions, categories, import, export, right? How I get here, even if you're in your course, I don't know, homepage, it's just loading, it's slow, I don't know, the internet. Let's wait for this to work. I'm gonna stop and reload. This is just, this is stuck for now, but it's just a matter of internet. Maybe I can answer some questions for now, because the steps that I'm going to do now, I'm going to go into categories, create a new category for the quiz that I'm going to create, and import the questions that were generated by ChatGPT. Okay, once I have my new category with the pool of questions, I will then go back to my section that I want in my course on Moodle and create a quiz there, and then use the questions inside the quiz from this category, from the bank. Okay, now this is the course somewhere, and I need the question bank. So you will always need a question bank. Another way to access your question bank is to have like a quiz ready. So if you remember last week, we created this demo quiz questions on the article. So if I go inside the quiz, I don't know if it already has questions. And I don't think so, maybe it doesn't. But whenever you are inside the quiz, you have also an easy link to your question bank. So this is the reason I'm showing you. If you have a quiz and you want to access your question bank, that's easy. You can also be somewhere up the level, right? Somewhere in your main course layout, like your homepage. Just go to more and find your question bank that way. Okay, so inside the question bank, we're going to create a new category, which is going to be called this is supposed to change, and it's not changing, so let's wait. Okay, hopefully it's gonna work now. Questions, categories. Okay, now it's working.
Elena,
Yeah.
hi, sorry. For those of us who didn't join the previous meetings, can you show us how to get to this page in Moodle?
So from any place on your Moodle, there is you need to search for a question bank. Okay, so it's either in more, it's just a different outline than our Moodle, but I can also demonstrate in the Western Galley College Moodle. So it looks a little different there, but it's the same words, like question bank is what we need. And inside the question bank, we need to go to categories. So in order to import questions from AI, from ChatGPT created questions, we need to have the target folder for those questions, right? So this is like the different mindset, different working.
I think you need edit mode maybe to be on. Do that.
Necessarily for that, it's just sometimes it happens on Moodle. It just gets.
No, it depends. It depends which theme you are using. If you're using the Boost theme, you'll have the everything up like Elena has. But if you
Yes.
need, if you use another one, it will be on the right or on the left on the setting of the course. You have the repository, the question bank on the left.
Actually, thank you very much for the comment. Edit mode helped a lot. It worked immediately. So in the edit mode, right now, I can create like a big new category for, I don't know, CV. If I have a topic of CV or resume, and then I can create several subfolders with different quizzes, one for vocabulary, one for the article, one for the listening. So for each one particular quiz, I would need a new subcategory, okay? So you will have to learn how to work with those categories and folders. This will, just also to have everything organized on your Moodle, because I know that sometimes it's hard to keep things organized. So now let's say I'm inside this category, but this is not like, I don't want to just go and put all of my questions inside this category. I can even create a subcategory now. And I will call it CV. You see, it goes to parent category CV resume, and my subcategory name is going to be CV video questions. Okay, so now I have this specific folder for my new questions created by AI. Now you see how it looks like. The subcategory will be aligned a little bit leftwards. Okay, so now I'm going inside here. And I'm going to click on import. Now I will use the gift format because this is the gift format I asked for, and ChatGPT works well with this format apparently. Now the questions that we just created are somewhere in my desktop. Let's find them here. CV video questions. I'm dragging them here and import. And I have 10 questions that were initially generated by Magic School based on the link to YouTube video that I gave it. And then I copy pasted the questions into GPT and asked to rewrite the questions based on the syntax that I want for Moodle. Now I will continue. And the questions are here. Voila, the quiz is ready. Now, just to preview and see that not only we have a quiz that was generated. Why can we choose more than one option? This is interesting. How should the work experience section be structured? Okay, so work experience section, company description and dates. Is this the right answer? Let's see. Incorrect. Company description is not typically included in the work experience section. Wow, you see, we got interesting and smart comment. Let's try again, start again. What else do we need? Company contact information, job title, company name and dates employed. Maybe this one. Let's see. Correct. And it says X. I don't know why. But you know, what? I actually experienced something like that also previously. Like the question was great, and there were comments that are right. You see, it says correct, but for some reason it gave me an X. I don't know why. So we need to go back to the question that we just opened and check what happened there. Maybe there is a manual kind of tweaking that is needed, but I still prefer this format where I have a YouTube video and the questions are ready and the comments are ready, and I just need to see that everything works before I give it to my students and correct if anything is needed. Do you have any questions for now?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm following your flow. You
Mhm.
created, you chose you've chosen a video, you took it into a school AI, you generated 10 questions. Then you went to GPT, you gave it the questions and a prompt.
Mhm.
So it is a different prompt from the one you used last time, because last time you also generated the question. Here you just asked them to transfer the format. I mean, you
Mhm.
gave the questions to GPT and you asked him to give you the gift format. Did
Mhm.
you also ask this time to have the explanation for the wrong answers, or you didn't?
No, I just included the explanation for like feedback comment inside my syntax prompt. Okay, so the syntax prompt, so for listening comprehension, what you just summarized, I have it in the notes, right? We take the YouTube link, put it in Magic School, and then from Magic School, we put it into ChatGPT. I tried this time, I tried 3.5 just to demonstrate that it works also in the free version. And in ChatGPT, I pasted the Magic School questions and I pasted this prompt. Now the prompt itself, which I'm asking to follow to the example of syntax, includes the comment.
Yeah, because I did exactly the same, and it just
Yeah.
got
No,
it
last
was
time it didn't include the comment. So this is a
Yeah.
new prompt. This
no.
is a,
I used it. I have your it's shared with us from the last time. I copied the same one. I used your prompt from the make it into gift program. I said, here are the question, make them into gift prompt. Just took the prompt from here, and I can share my screen, and you will see
Do you
that
see that the syntax is this like this? Because I changed it. I added this. No,
Yeah.
yeah,
I've
okay.
just copied yours. I didn't invent anything, but I want to share my screen to see that he went totally like it's the 3.5. He
Mhm.
started to do that. This
Oh,
happened when
okay.
I paste the question from AI, from the school AI,
Okay.
which is a bit
No,
confusing.
that's fine. That's fine. I see one A, B, C, D, two A,
Yeah,
B, C.
yeah.
Okay. And
And
then prompt. Okay. It's perfect. Davida, it works. Now don't be scared of this. You'll
I
just
can cook,
copy code. Yeah, you copy the code
and I
and
go to the notepad.
notepad. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So
So because I was a bit surprised to get a code and not a text, because
no,
this
it's
frames
fine.
when yeah.
Fine. In
Okay.
ChatGPT 4, it actually usually gives me the code first. Now I know I was also confused. Can you enlarge your screen a little bit so I can demonstrate to everyone? Just enlarge this.
Yeah, sorry, it's a bit
And
bigger than that. It's fine,
yeah.
or you need
No,
bigger.
no, it's still small because you see, okay, you see now these dots, these columns confused me a lot. I was, okay, what are these? Is this gonna work? And to be honest, the way it looks now, this is not the script. No, it's not gonna work. Now that you enlarged and I see what it did in the code, it's not gonna work because those columns mean that it's the name of the question, but it's not in the right syntax. You don't have this bracket and you don't have tilde, you don't have the
Yeah, I see. I can see. No, but maybe it is using the another, not a gift. When you
so
give,
I,
yeah,
I tried several, before I presented to you guys, I tried many different syntax formats, and they didn't work. You can keep trying and playing with the Moodle, but those that I tried, they didn't work. And the moment I found the one that worked, which was the one I shared with you in the prompt in
the document.
The document, I understood that this is real and it can work, and it works even in the free version. So similarly, before today's session, what happened, let me show you. I actually took another video from YouTube and asked for questions in ChatGPT. Here. Yeah.
Because the ChatGPT part of this process is really not such a big deal. It's just so it works perfectly with 3.5. When you want to create languages or create texts, then you have a bigger difference between 3 and 4. But this
But true. Sometimes it's not working well. Sometimes even when I tried Bing with 0.4 and like different Bard, I tried this in Bard. It didn't give me the output that I wanted. I showed the syntax. For some reason, it didn't work. ChatGPT 3.5 and 4, they worked better than others, even though Bing actually created the questions with the comments. So I have to thank Bing for, opening my eyes to this new opportunity. And I think it's magical. I mean, another thing that I just think that is going to be really beneficial for listening comprehension is that, have you noticed that Magic School, when it produces the answer key, so let's go back here, Magic School, when it produces the answer key, it also gives you the timing where you can go back and, find the right answer in the video. So I think this information is important. And I tried, to be honest, I tried to prompt my ChatGPT and say, okay, your comments are great. Everything is great. The syntax works. Your questions can be imported into Moodle. Can you add this timing to each of one of your comments? And it didn't work. It didn't understand me for some reason, even ChatGPT 4. So I still don't know how to not make it manual. Well, for now, having those 10 questions, probably I can just go and paste this timing into each one of the comments. So when a student receives a comment, they will also know where to go in the video to rewatch and find the right answer. But I think it's also a nice type of the comment that would be needed and beneficial to students when they do listening comprehension on Moodle, right? Do you know what I mean?
Can you be sure that the timing is right? I mean, don't you have to check it? Can't he hallucinate about it?
I trust Magic School about it. They created 10 questions based on the flow of the video, and hallucinate. Well, the hallucination happened when I took this answer key, gave it to ChatGPT, said, can you insert this into your feedback comments? And it just started inserting everywhere, and it made up its own timing, and everything was 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It didn't work.
Elena,
Yeah.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
As far as I remember, I think that in the Moodle that we use at the Western Galilee College, there is a feature named overall or generic feedback. So you can insert all the answer key there. I guess so.
Yeah, but you see it
only. I think it appears on the
the overall feedback. You get it only at the end of after submission.
Yeah, after submission, after you get a grade. And here, so for example, sometimes I use a format of a quiz where students don't have to submit the final to get a grade. Sometimes I want them to play with the questions, and it's kind of self-guided and figure out the right answer. Now having these comments, it makes it even more meaningful because they can now see why they're wrong if they're wrong. Okay, it's not only okay, this is incorrect, search for another answer, and then they just start losing but now just thinking about the way to integrate the comment, it would probably go here, right? So incorrect, including blah, blah, blah. And this would be the timing. So you see, I'm just demonstrating what you need to do once you do have the timing for the right. And I would insert it for, well, maybe not for the true answer because they got it right. But if they get it wrong, I'll give them the time to go back and rewatch here, okay? And now back to, I don't know, question number 9. So this is the timing for question number 9. So this is like meticulous, difficult work to do, which, I mean, this is why we have AI. So we want it to help us. But the idea is now to insert the timing in, which will appear next to the comment. That's the idea. Now let's check that it works, because I hope that the brackets will not mess with the syntax. You know, you never know. Do you know, Davida, if gift format has the brackets?
No, brackets you can, according to, it's text, according to my knowledge. Otherwise, you needed other kind of brackets. But what's interesting that when something is not working for you, you just repeat it, or you change the prompt a bit.
You know, like
Because
I'm gonna delete the questions and try to reinsert with the new comment with timer, just to double check. At the beginning of today's session, right, we had, was it this prompt? Like, or maybe I have another window for another ChatGPT, because when I asked for questions, what happened is that it started creating something that was not, you see, this is not what I asked for. And I asked for the questions to be in this syntax. Okay, so I just repeated the question, make it into gift format, and then I got what I wanted.
Okay, so you used the same one, but twice.
The same one twice.
Okay,
yeah.
because I had a conversation with Bing,
4 times.
and I was writing him at least 4 or 5 times. I don't need numbering. And he was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
I know, so annoying. So basically from last week, the prompt is has been upgraded significantly. Not only I changed that I don't want the numbers, like the questions, to be numbered, I also added a sentence that if it's a reading comprehension quiz, I want a reference to a specific paragraph for each question. And this is something we didn't have. And after playing with it, it started giving me reference somewhere outside the question, which was also confusing and messing up the script, the syntax. So then I needed to embed this reference into the question itself. So now you have it as part of the prompt. I'm pretty sure this is not the final version of the ideal prompt, but this is already significantly better than last week. And
Elena, excuse me.
Yes.
Have you tried to use the Aiken format, which is much simpler? Or
not with ChatGPT yet. I mean, I tried.
No, Moodle has this format, and it's much simpler without all these signs and syntax to import questions. Do you know it?
Yeah, I know. I just didn't try it with ChatGPT and with other AI. And as long as you can ask ChatGPT to create the questions in the format that Moodle recognizes it, and have a file, then any format is fine. I mean, I'm just familiar with this one now, and I see that it works. We have equal tilde, and now we have the comments here, so it's just perfect for. But yeah, I will definitely try in other syntax options as well. I also wanted to show you that there is a matching type of a question. So the matching type means that they have like a question and drop down menu to choose from. And I think it's very nice for vocabulary, perhaps, where you have a term and the definition, right? And you need to match the definition to the right word. So it can be part of the English course, part of the French course, part of any course where you taught something and there are terminology and definitions or whatnot. Could be also done in Hebrew, of course. So the prompt for a matching question is this. I just had to copy paste the right syntax. And this is the sentence that I added because I couldn't figure out how to add the comment into the matching question. And I didn't know whether it was even possible, but it was, because I added this sentence, add feedback comment where possible, and ChatGPT added the comment for each of the matching questions as well. So let's, I don't know, do we have time for this? Not again, it's 1:45, so I promised it to be until.
No, I just want to give one comment about the matching. It works, it doesn't work good on mobiles. I have some matching question in my courses, and when the students are trying to do it on the mobile, doesn't work. So I write.
My students, I teach, like, my students love, like, I teach with matching questions all the time. I have sentence fill in the gaps, and they have matching, you know, drop down menu. They would do it on their phones, usually in class.
Maybe drop down is different than moving. The matching.
No, it's not moving, it's drop down. So the type of the question is called the matching question.
Okay, but you use the format.
Drop down, so it's not drag and drop, Davida, don't confuse my audience.
No, but in matching, you have a format matching drag and drop, and this is not working well.
This is not drag and drop. This is just matching means that they get a drop down menu, and it works beautifully for sentence completion, for terms and definitions,
Great.
and all that.
Great.
So I think I can maybe take one more question and we will close.
Elena,
Yeah.
Elena, can I say something about the adding the general feedback? Am I allowed to share my screen?
Yes, please go first.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here under quizzes, when you create a quiz, you have the option to change the settings. If you go to the settings here, okay, settings, then you have review options. You can click on like the attempt and general feedback. And under general overall feedback, you can add the time slots. So every time students take the quiz, they will get this feedback.
But again, it's not relevant if they have 20 questions, and when they get general feedback, it's for all of the quiz after they submit it, and the only
they can
you
see
can get feedback for each question as well.
For each question.
Yeah, but then you have to do it manually, which is very time consuming. That's I think what Dr. Mizrahi was talking about.
Samia, which is great that you reminded me and showed that there is, when you do the review options, in order for students to actually see the comments, you need to allow them to review their attempts to see each individual question, and you need to allow and tick their comments. Can you share your screen again? Because this is important. If you don't allow that, your students will not see those comments in yellow.
Okay, so yeah, you mean
go down.
You mean here?
Yeah. So
yeah,
show
take care. I'm not here. Immediately after
go
that,
down to specific feedback. You also need to allow specific feedback under the attempt immediately after. Okay, so this I actually marked both because otherwise I don't know. I think it's specific, and then there is also general. So make sure this is ticked, otherwise your students will not see the feedback comments, and this is important, right?
Yes, and you can add here feedback.
This would be the general feedback.
Just make sure they can see the feedback after they've already handed in the quiz. Otherwise, they see it and they get the right answers and they just copy. So to be careful.
Again, this depends on the purpose of your exercise. Sometimes, you know, I give them 50 words to get exposed, to check whether they already know them, and to just, you know.
True, I agree.
It's not a quiz if it's not a test, and there are many different formats we can explore in Moodle. And thank you very much for joining, and I hope you learn how to add comments today. And see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.